Greetings little mortals, due to an unexpected adjustment needing to be made, this TDS series will be getting a face of its own. While I will be making an effort to get better equipment for the future, for now I will be trying my best to do what I can with what I have access to. There is quite a bit of news to cover today. As my scatterbrain can't do these things normally, this will actually serve to help me develop positive habits for the future. Recently the Me Too movement has received yet another critical blow. Whatever the movement had started as, it was obviously quickly co-opted by political parties and abused. It was warped and twisted to create a foundation so female politicians can use multiple scandals against their male opponents. This was done at the cost of male talents in the entertainment industry. While it is not as likely to affect actors, musicians, and voice actors got the short end of the stick. Another party to suffer greatly were the very victims the movement was created to help. Real cases of illicit acts were being overlooked for the most egregious of reasons, from gender of the victim to social status and even political standings. Whatever this movement was, it stopped being in favor to create a volatile bludgeon that will only cause harm to the very victims it claims to empower. Yet with all this woe there is good news: the movement, for its tainted nature, is dying out. One of its larger contributors last year suffered a great legal loss, and another one just recently has to bite their own L. As a case that started back in 2021 involving the rock star Marilyn Manson has received quite the shocking revelations, new things have been brought to light. One of Manson's accusers pointed to Evan Rachel Wood and claimed to have been pressured into making the false accusation by the actress. This act has definitely caused waves through Hollywood, but it isn't the only hit the industry filth have taken lately. Woody Harrelson is under fire for what the media is calling anti-vax extremists' rhetoric. I didn't know a joke about a bad script was that deep. Do these people honestly think we didn't know what they have been doing this whole time? I find that horribly funny, and to be fair, where was his lie? On top of this, Biden has received yet another scandal to his belt. A White House cabinet member was busted in possession of a foreign diplomat's handmade dress. For anyone trying to use the boutique reference, the garment in question was handmade by the diplomat herself. It is a one-of-one piece, meaning there is or should be no other copy of this dress in the entire world. As Fox News seem to have gotten a really good scoop on this, I will leave them to handle the specifics on that mess, though I believe I will find humor in the vain effort others will make to defend the individual in question. A person who for the most part uses their trans status to avoid criticism for the fact they were highlighted with an absolutely filthy record and a known fetish for stealing luggage. In other news, Twitter fails again to cancel Silvervale. They have developed a rather odd means of aggression towards the VTubers they seem to hate most, claiming they are appropriating white Asian culture. If this is sounding a little absurd, keep in mind these people are not the smartest lot of individuals or groups for that matter. As the hellish hate train against Hogwarts Legacy continues, the users on Twitter just keep piling up the L's and refusing to accept a single loss. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result. Perhaps these people on Twitter should spend more time picking up a hobby and less time on the internet. They do not seem to be doing anything more than making absolute fools of themselves, and while on some occasions it's hilarious, mostly it can be rather bothersome for their targets of hate. There is very little of it that YouTube wants to allow users to talk about, but something tells me they may have little choice in the matter. This narrative cannot be fixed. There is no salvation for this agenda they are pushing, regardless their intentions. Even with it being obvious most of them are bad actors in this matter, their absence would mean little to the outcome. They are losing the ground they claimed to have gained at an alarming rate because they pushed too hard for things that are universally unpopular. Not everyone is a fool, and the world is full of differing opinions on varying matters. The truth does not hide in shadows, and human nature seeks it out eventually.